Welcome back to the Shade Tree Garage. And finally, posted a little video about my 1956 Plymouth Belvedere. All right, and as you can probably tell, it is up on the QuickJack 5000. Now, I just recently did this for the first time. And, I have seen people discuss the problems they've had with the QuickJack, as far as one YouTuber posted all sorts of issues he had with leaking connectors, etc. Well, I must be living right or something, because I followed the directions per the manual, which is fabulous if you haven't seen it yet, and put the thing together per instructions, and it's worked flawlessly. No leaks, no problems at all. And the funny thing was, the first time I raised the Plymouth up, that's probably the first time that the suspension has had all the weight taken off of it in quite some time. And the old girl was popping and creaking, and kind of like I do when I'm getting out of bed on a Sunday morning. It just takes a little while to get all the joints suppled up. So the QuickJack, I'm just really impressed. I have plenty of room to get under it, even a man of substantial girth like me, and it is rock solid, absolutely rock solid. Now, I've seen guys, when they first try these out, the QuickJack out, they'll put jack stands under the under parts of it, just in case. But if you have it properly assembled and you raise it up to the locking points, and once each side is locked in place, and you confirm that, it is rock solid. You would really have to go some to dislodge it or turn it over. So now the work begins. I've got to start taking the chrome off in order to get the bodywork started. Now, I don't know if you can see. Now, highlighted with the light down the side of it, you might be able to see some of the areas. Let's get this. I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me zoom here. The area between the rear wheel opening and the door on this side, on the driver's side, has substantial amounts of bodywork. And I don't know if it shows up on the camera, but I can see it has, when you raise it up and where you're able to highlight it more, the waviness of the Bondo really shows up. So anyway, I know I've got a big patch panel there, or at least a lot of Bondo to grind down. Now, the other bodywork I know of that's evident is in the front and rear lower corners of the door, the bottom of this fender, and the bottom of the other fender, passenger side fender, and also a spot or two in the corners of the door on that side. Now, I think the quarter panel is okay, I believe. Anyway, I have there are some patch panels available that I've found. They are old patch panels, and they come with their own rusty patina at no extra charge. But I'm not so interested in the exact panel as I am having the proper gauge sheet metal, especially if it's got some of the proper curve. Fortunately, until you get up on the tail fins, there's not a lot of reverse curves here. You've got your flare around your fender, front fender, and a little bit around the back. The real body line on the side, if you probably can't see it, the fins, of course, were just kind of tacked on to the top of the 56 quarter panel. So you have some a little curve there, and a reverse curve on the inside of that by the trunk, around the trunk. But the body sides are pretty, well, they're not flat, but they're pretty straight, if that makes sense. They all have that lovely curve shape. But it's not like a 1940 Ford or a 50 Chevy pickup truck with lots of reverse curves and just, huge amounts of sharp curves too. So I'm looking forward to getting started. The weather this week is supposed to be gorgeous. I've got some annoying things to take care of, like a doctor's appointment on Thursday, which will probably shoot the afternoon in the butt. But that's okay. That's okay. It's going to be sunny and in the 80s all week for the next 10 days. So, and it is hotter than blazes right now. I had to turn the fan off so you could hear me pontificate here. Well, anyway, that's all I've got here. I really haven't started anything other than to appreciate how well engineered the QuickJacks are. One of the other duties I want to take care of is slide underneath the rear and examine the connector tube for the gas tank and the vent. They use rubber hoses for both of those, and at least one of them is cracked and leaking. Every time I put gas in it, you get a significant amount of gas dripping out. And if I fill it more than halfway full, well, guess what? It's going to drip, drip, drip gas. And I went to a car cruise last summer, and I just put, 10 or 15 gallons in. And I parked at the cruise. I didn't park into a spot. I made it back into a spot. But I parked there, and then somebody said, well, Jim, looks like you got a gas leak. And I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. So it was a cause of concern for a while, and I thought, well, as long as nobody throws a match down in that puddle, I'll be okay. But I ended up moving the car kind of away from other cars, and it didn't drip long. It just worried a few people in the short term. All right, that's going to be it from the Shade Tree Garage. Stay cool, everybody, and check back soon for updates. If you want to keep on top of what we're doing here, please subscribe and hit the like button if you enjoyed this, and please leave a comment. And what are you doing in your garage to beat the heat? Because it is stifling. I've got a big old fan. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. I've got this big old fan right here, and I will tell you, it moves a lot of air, but it doesn't feel like it when it's 89 degrees in the shade, and the feels like temperature's 102. So I know it's not the heat, it's humidity. This, my friends, is the Ohio Valley. We live with humidity all the time. All right, I'll shut up. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time here in the Shade Tree Garage.